Hi everyone, I am back with another video from this page of cute little trucks or lorries or vehicles, maybe, get there in the end, from Small Victories by Johanna Basford, and we're using the Ergosoft pencils from Staedtler again for this one. And here we go, coming in a little closer for you. I'm going to do this ice cream truck, ice cream van as we would call them probably, and let's have a little look. Well, I'm going to start with my tyres while I'm looking at what's going on in the picture. So this is number 9, which is our black, and I'm just going to do the tyres nice and simply, and then we'll move on and look at the other aspects. I love excuse me, I do love the ice cream on the top of the van dribbling down. I think that's fabulous. I would call that a cornet. I guess it's the shape. Some people call it a cone. It's actually a 99 because it's got a flake in it. They're called 99s. I think my son said he watched a video where someone was actually trying to find a 99 like that for 99p. 99 pence. It doesn't exist. There's no such cheap. Nothing is that cheap. I don't even remember them being that cheap when I was a child, when they first came out. Anyway, this is 16, which is our golden ochre, and I'm going to use this to start the cone. These are a wafer cone, I think, and it could be one of those waffle cones. Either way, I want to start it with this light colour. They're usually fairly light. In fact, probably the wafer cones are lighter than that in colour. But I think I want to put a little bit of darker colour on there as well, so it won't look particularly realistic. So I'm just sharpening my number 49, which is the fawn, and I just want to make it a little bit darker at the bottom, like this. I'm just putting a little line in there, and then where these the cross hatching is, just sort of going over it with this one a little bit, maybe a bit there. I'll put a bit across there as well. There we go. Now our ice cream is never easy to colour. It's always difficult to know, I think personally, what colour it should be. Now I feel for this one on the top it should be vanilla, because that is the traditional in the UK. It's a traditional ice cream, so vanilla is obviously cream. I don't really have a cream colour in our Ergosoft, so I'm grabbing number 10 and I'm just going to put a light layer of this on here. I'm keeping it light so that it looks a little bit more cream rather than yellow. I think that's just about working, like that. I'm darkening it slowly, a little bit at a time. I'm pressing really gently because I want it to show up, which it does, but I don't want it to be too dark and just look yellow. Now the chocolate, this is a chocolate flake, excuse me, and I'm thinking number 77, which is our either warm sepia or tobacco brown, depending on. Now I'm going to do again a light layer first. I don't know if everyone knows what a flake is. It's like a really crumbly chocolate. Sorry for the shadow of my hand, it's really dark in here, so the natural light from my window isn't really helping. So I'm going to put like lines in it. I'm not sure if that really works, but that's how they look. They have sort of dark pieces. I think that'll do. Now I'm going to next go to our ice creams on the shelf here. Now I'm thinking maybe each plate has a different flavour. So I have a vanilla and a strawberry and a chocolate. We'll go sort of Neapolitan styly. So I'm going back to 10, which I used for here, and I'm going to use it for this middle one. And Neapolitan is a type of ice cream we used to buy in a tub, a big, you know, like a huge one that you would use. You wouldn't eat it all at once. And it would have 3 flavours. So you get within the tub you get a third in vanilla, a third in strawberry and a third in chocolate. I've never really liked chocolate ice cream, just number 20. Love chocolate, but something about chocolate ice cream, all the ones that I've had, I mean, I haven't had every chocolate ice cream in the world, but they always just seem too bitter. The chocolate's too bitter. I don't know. Now there's this one chocolate ice cream. We're going to go to the 77. I want to use it quite lightly because ice cream is not really intensely dark colour wise normally. There we go. I'm quite happy with that, like that. Okay, that's our ice cream all done. Now our van colour. Now I'm thinking it's got to be bright, hasn't it? You know, it's often they were, oh excuse me, often the vans were white actually, but I'm thinking it should be bright really. It's got these like sugar strands or hundreds of thousands painted on it as well. Maybe I'll do it in a slightly pastel-y colour. I was just looking at the blue, mustn't do another blue one. And then put bright colours for these stripy bits. So I think my palest colour actually is the lavender. So I'm going to use that. This is 62. So I'm going to use this for the main part of the van. I'm going to give it a sharpen actually before I start. Hopefully it'll work. If you're not keen, you can do yours a different colour. As I said, they always used to seem to be white. We used to have, what do we have? Cotteswold Dairy Ice Cream, Tartaglias, and Mr. Whippy. And now, where I live now, we get Winstones, which is a local brand of ice cream. And they always come round. I've always find it really strange at about 12 o'clock on a Sunday. Now, surely that's a bit near to lunchtime, and Sunday lunch is normally a big lunch. Why would you be buying ice cream? I guess you could buy it and pop it in the freezer until for pudding or something, but I thought normally people bought like these cones and things, cornets, cones, like by the scoop, so you couldn't freeze that. It would just run into your freezer. It'd be weird. So I was always a bit confused by that, but they do it a lot, so obviously it must work. They must get business. But, yeah. And they don't sell like ice lollies. They only make ice cream. It's all organic. It's supposed to be good. I don't know. I've heard differing opinions. Got a little thing there. Just noticed. What's that? Don't know. Anyway, thinking about the door. I'm wondering whether to go for a darker for the violet. I think I will. I think I'll put some violet details in there, and then we'll do our sprinkle colours. So 6 is our violet. So we'll do the door. I do want to make sure this does look darker, because I find the lavender and violet are quite similar. A really intense lavender is quite similar to a really pale violet, so I want to make sure that it's quite obvious that it's a different colour. I think we're getting there fairly easily actually. It looks different, which is good. She'll leave the handle. Looks like a sugar sprinkle, a sugar strand. Sometimes these would be just chocolate, and other times they'd be multicolours. I think we'll do the multicoloured version rather than just chocolate. I think if I did them just chocolate, it might not be so obvious what they are, maybe. Don't know. Go around that wheel rim there. This one as well. I'm thinking about this shelf. I think I'm going to do the background with this dark colour, because I think it should, because it's darker, hopefully give the illusion that we're looking further back. that it's sort of shadowy. If it's not good enough, I might add another colour in here. We'll see how it looks once we've done, once we've done the plates and the shelf and the awning. We'll have a look and see how it works out. Oops, colouring over the awning. Unintentional. Still thinking about what colour to do that awning. So I was thinking red, white and blue maybe, but now it's sort of in a lilac. I'm not sure it's going to work. But I guess it could, because there's red and blue in violet. That might just work. I'm just going over it a bit, trying to make it even-ish and intense. It's never easy to make it even, particularly with a hard pencil like this, but I can try. There we go. I'm happy with that. Now we're going to use the light grey. I think it's the light grey, 80. Yeah, it is. And do a few bits. So I'm going to do this part here as if it's a sort of chromed bump. It's not called a bumper. What's it called? I don't know. Like that. This bit of the light. Just block that in, didn't I? In the handle. Try and leave a bit of shine. I'm thinking this could be a stainless steel shelf. It's really clean, nice shiny bit like that. And then this is our sort of refrigeration unit. I shall do a coloured shelf, I think, but I think it would be metallic. So I'm going to use this grey to do the main bit. Like that. And then I'm going to use a darker grey. We've got the number 8. Gosh, that's a noisy train. Which is the grey. And I'm going to do the little box bit and the fan. Oh, I do need to go back and do some more light grey. So back to the 80, we need to do these wheels. Don't do them in the same way I've done all of the wheels. It isn't really working. I'm trying it in a slightly different way. There we go. I don't know if it works. Now the little shelf bit, before I forget, I'm going to use the 6 violet. Yeah, next I'll do the awning, I think. Let's do, problem with red, white and blue is that we've got white. Difficult. Maybe I'll just do red and blue. So this is 29, which is our carmine red, which is the one I like the best for a general red. I'm thinking this bit might be a bit darker because it's sort of down into the shadow, because this is the top, be reflecting the light. So I'm just layering that bit up a little bit more. There we go. Oh, it looks quite nice in red and white actually, but I am going to do blue, but you could leave it white if you wish. Maybe just put a very little bit of light grey on there to make them look darker, but I think that might look, because we've got grey elsewhere, it might look a little odd. Number 3 is our blue. It's just the standard mid blue, which is what I want. Again, a few more layers down here. Now I'm thinking that is probably a little holder to put the cones in. So I'm going to just colour it silver. Our 80 are light grey. There we go. Let's try to leave a white gap, but then my pencil was too big. Now what colour are we going to do the dishes? Let's do the sprinkles first. So I'm just grabbing a few colours. they be green? Yeah. But not blue and yellow. Yeah, right. So I'm going to start with 20, but we've used this for the ice cream. I'm going to make sure I intensify it so it doesn't look anything like the colour we've used there. There we go. Then I'm going to use 42 orange. It's sharpening, it's so blunt. Then I'm going to use my green. I've picked the 50. I think that's probably looks a bit more edible. Here is our yellow. I've picked number 1, which is yellow. It's sharpened, so it should look more yellow than the cone. My last one is 61, which is the dark mauve. That's quite dark, but I think it'll work. I've just coloured over something with that, I think. I've probably coloured over a yellow there. It's changed, it looks most odd, but if I put that there, I think, oh, it'll do. I think it's okay. Now, our little plates. I don't know. I'm thinking ice cream van, children. Maybe we'll do them some of the sprinkles colours. So maybe I do green one, 50. That's the willow green. Maybe for the middle one. I'm going to try and fade it a bit towards the centre. Maybe the 42 for the chocolate, the light orange. And then maybe the 61, the dark mauve for the strawberry. They sort of match, but they're not identical. I think it works okay, but you might prefer to have them all the same colour. It's up to you. Now I'm going to do the light quickly while I remember the lights in the yellow. So I've got a light here and one here. There we go. Now our driver's seat and steering wheel in number 9, like we always do. Yep, I'm just checking we've done most of it. Our inside of our cab in 8 grey. Now there are lots of different ways that you can do glass and windows, and I have actually done a video somewhere on different techniques that you can use. So there's one around, kicking around. This is my Posca to do the white. I think that'll do. I'm going to darken that up a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, I think he looks cool. Would you go and buy an ice cream from there? I think I would if I liked ice cream, which I don't. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I do hope that you have a really super day and happy colouring.